Hello creative souls and art lovers, welcome back to my channel where we delve deep into the world of art techniques, explore creative inspirations and review some of the most fascinating art books out there. Today I want to share with you my thoughts on a book that has been truly a game changer for me, and that is Rediscovering Gouache, a new approach to a versatile technique for contemporary artists and illustrators. Gouache, or rather gouache, but I can't say it without the accent, so I'd rather say it the American way, which is gouache. It's a medium that's often described as a love child of watercolour and acrylic. It's been around for centuries, yet it remains one of the most underrated and misunderstood mediums in the art world. Rediscovering Gouache aims to change that by offering an in-depth exploration of gouache's unique properties, history and its potential to create stunning artwork. Whether you're a seasoned artist or a complete beginner, this book has something for everyone. It is structured in a way that guides you from the basics of working with gouache to the more advanced techniques that can really elevate your artwork. Today I'll be breaking down the key sections of the book, discussing what I found most insightful, and of course sharing my own experiences with the exercises and techniques that Blau introduces. Firstly, I have to say that Rediscovering Gouache is not your typical gouache book. If you're used to seeing gouache books that focus on children's illustrations or poster style art, you're in for a treat. Aljosha Blau's approach is all about experimentation and really exploring the full potential of gouache. Let's start with the introduction. Blau opens with a brief history of gouache, tracing its origins back to the Renaissance, when it was used for illuminated manuscripts, and how it has evolved over the centuries. He explains how it was favoured by many artists, like Marc Chagall and Henri Matisse, for its versatility and vibrant colours. One thing I really appreciated was how Blau contextualizes gouache within the broader spectrum of painting mediums. He demystifies its reputation as just opaque watercolour and explains the chemistry behind why it behaves differently, offering insights into why it might be a good choice for certain projects over others. Blau also addresses the common misconceptions about gouache, like its supposed difficulty in reworking, and provides tips on how to avoid muddy colours, which is something I know a lot of us struggle with. Blau dives deep into the properties of gouache, like how you can manipulate its thickness and opacity. If you've ever been frustrated with gouache reactivating or turning muddy, this section alone is worth a look. The next section is all about tools and materials, and this is where Blau's expertise really shines. He goes beyond just listing what you need. He delves into why behind each recommendation. For instance, he explains the importance of choosing the right paper and how its texture can dramatically affect your results. I found his discussion on brushes particularly enlightening, especially the way he explains which brushes to use for different effects. I tried out some of his recommended brushes and techniques, and I noticed an immediate improvement in how I could control the paint. His advice on palettes was also super practical. For example, he suggests using a ceramic palette because it helps keep the paint moist for longer, which is crucial for blending. Now on to the fun part, the techniques. This is where Blau really shines. He goes beyond the usual flat graphic styles we often see in gouache books. Instead, Blau explores textures, layering, blending, and dry brushing. He even dives into mixed media approaches, combining gouache with ink or coloured pencils. It's about seeing the gouache not just as an illustrative tool, but as a medium for broader artistic expression. Blau covers everything from basic washes to complex layering and texturing methods. One of my favourite exercises was the one on creating gradients, where he walks you through how to achieve some smooth transitions between colours, something that can be quite tricky with gouache. I found that following his step-by-step guidance really helped me to understand the process, and it's amazing how much depth and vibrancy you can achieve once you get the hang of it. Blau also introduces some advanced techniques like dry brushing and scribbling, which can add some interesting textures to your work. The way gouache can create rich, velvety surfaces is truly unmatched, and Blau does a fantastic job of showing how to harness that power. This part is so inspiring because it shows just how diverse and dynamic this medium can be. From hyper-detailed illustrations to loose, expressive landscapes, the possibilities with gouache are literally endless. These profiles not only showcase beautiful art, but also provide insight into each artist's process, their favourite tools, and their favourite tips for working with gouache. It's like getting a mini masterclass from several artists at once. Blau dedicates a big chunk of the book to creative exploration, showing his own process from sketch to final piece. This section is super inspiring because you get to see his thought process in how he uses gouache in unexpected ways. Now let's compare Blau's book to other gouache books you might be more familiar with, especially the ones focused on poster style or children's illustrations. Most of the other books focus on specific styles like bold, flat illustrations with clean lines, which are great for posters in children's books. They're super accessible and perfect if you're just starting out and looking to create a specific, polished look. But Blau's book is different. It is less about following a set style and more about pushing the boundaries of gouache. His approach is painterly and often leans towards fine art. So if you're looking for a guide that helps you break away from the standard uses of gouache, this book might just be for you. One thing to know, Blau's book is definitely geared towards intermediate and advanced artists. If you've already got some experience with gouache and you want to expand your skills, you'll get a lot out of this book. If you're a beginner, it might feel a little bit overwhelming, but hey, that's part of the challenge, right? But it does cover the basics of materials and this, that and the other to help you get going, so don't feel completely lost. The techniques covered are broad and varied, including less common methods like reactivating dry gouache, using textured effects, and layering for depth and complexity. This isn't about the colour blocking or flat tones. Blau encourages you to get messy, experiment, and really explore what gouache can do. So in conclusion, if you're ready to rediscover gouache and take your art to new places, is a must-have in my opinion for any artist looking to deepen their understanding of this incredible medium. Whether you're new to gouache or you've been using it for years, Blau's comprehensive approach offers something valuable for everyone. His passion for gouache is contagious, and the practical advice, combined with the beautiful visuals, make this book not only educational but a joy to read. It's refreshing, inspiring, and it'll definitely get you thinking about gouache in a whole new way. If you're into clean graphic styles of children's illustration or poster art, those other books still have their place, but for something that pushes that envelope, Rediscovering Gouache is where it's at. If you're interested in picking up a copy, I have included a link in the description below. I highly recommend giving it a read. And if you do, let me know in the comments what you think. I'd love to hear your thoughts and see your art you create using these techniques from the book. Feel free to tag me, Studio Spirit UK on Instagram. I hope you found this review helpful. If you've read the book or you have any thoughts, drop them in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Until next time, keep creating and stay inspired.